very well, thanks. How is your traveling towards the agency today?
It was nice. I walked. Actually, a friend of mine, he was sick, and then they sent him home, and then we walked together.
Yes.
So I came safe.
All
Thanks.
right, all the way you were safe.
Yeah.
It's very important to make sure that you are safe, knowing that little girls get hurt and all of those things. So you need to be vigilant and be aware when you are traveling. Other than that, I'm happy that you are here. You are very much welcome. We are meeting again, once more again. Just want to welcome you and tell you that this is a place for you to talk. Remember, always remember that it's a place for you to open up about the feelings that you might be having during the week. It's your platform to be able to talk. It's your platform to actually speak out your feelings and speak about anything that you want to speak about. And we need not to forget as well that everything that we speak between me and you, it stays confidential. No one else can know what we spoke about. I may not discuss it with any of my colleagues. I may not discuss it with anyone. So feel free to open up about everything. You know that I've said that in the first session, right?
Okay, sure.
All right. Tell me, how have you been feeling lately? I know that you've mentioned quite a few things on our previous sessions that since your mother's passing away, you were kind of withdrawal and were experiencing some kind of other behaviors. Could you please perhaps tell me how has it been lately?
Lately, it has improved because somehow I've got to stand, and I felt that I know myself better now,
Okay.
and I felt that I improved by myself.
Yes.
I feel that I'm more open with myself in terms and conditions, that I'm not lying to myself as to which I always did. Like, I would make up the stories in my mind,
Yes.
but then it's not true. And then obviously my peers and friends and family would notice that. And then lately my aunt told me that she can see there's a change. And I said, yes, it feels like a change. And then she said, I better keep on with it, I'm doing well.
Well, I'm very much happy to hear that you have now improved in terms of those areas. Is there any times, seeing that you're getting better, are there any times wherever you felt a bit more relieved? Perhaps at times you felt more much in pain, your feelings were down or anything. Do you experience any times like that?
No, not now. Since that I've came for counseling sessions, I've improved that. That has just faded away. It felt like that was just a feeling. So now that I came to a conclusion, that to realize that is not the way. Now I've got my mind on new things.
Yes.
So my mindset is telling me, no, you do not have to go back to your normal ways, but my mind is telling me to follow the new way that is right.
All right then. Well, now that you're following your new ways, you're adapting to a new kind of routine. Could you please be specific exactly what changed?
Okay, first of all, what changed is that I'm more honest with myself. I'm not like that lonely person. I'm more interacting with my family members.
Yes.
We do everything together as a family. And me and my aunt, we come well along with one another. Since that I've overcome that my mother has passed away, and that I've been more anxious, like to speak up, and to knowing that she won't be here no longer. And that helps me to realize that people die, and they die for a reason. So yeah.
All right. So what you're trying to say is that now you've become less withdrawal. You are now trying to be more social. You are hanging out with your friends. You are hanging out with your family members. You're not that person that usually closes herself in a room, because you probably told me previously that you usually close yourself in a room and you would read whatever kind of story, you would cry and ask God, why did you take my mom? And what about the anger issue that you were facing as well?
The anger issue, it's much better, because once, maybe like me and my cousin, we like every day together.
Yes.
And we get quite irritated by one another, because we see one another every day. because we do not each and every time, we won't be each and every time happy with one another. There will be an argument or a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Realize that when she makes me angry, I will just deal with it. Then later onwards, the way I deal with it, I just talk to her. Then she will say yes, but we will sort things out, and then we will come to an agreement. That's how I.
Yes. And how long has this been happening now? With you being this new person, how long has it been carrying on now?
It's been carrying on for like 2 months now, 3 weeks, 4, 5.
All right, 3 weeks or so. Okay, I see. Well, who else has noticed besides your aunt? Who else has noticed?
My niece, because me, my niece, my cousin, we like each and every day together, and you know our niece as well. Because I'm an aunt, she feels that I'm irritating her.
Yes.
Because I keep on telling her, do this, do that, but I'm just telling her the right thing that she's supposed to do.
Yes.
So she, as a person, as a child, as my family member, she can also see there's a difference in me.
That sounds good. That is excellent. Then, is there anyone else beside your niece that noticed perhaps?
No, so far no, only my own.
Alright, so these are the changes that you've experienced before approaching the session today.
Yes.
Alright, I see. Previously we both agreed on certain goals between me and you that was now regarding the solution towards the challenges that you were facing, of course, of losing your mother. I'm not sure if you still remember the goals that we agreed on.
Yes. One goal was to improve my mathematics, attending the Portuguese classes, and focusing on my spiritual needs. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I just want to outline them again because I do have them right here in front of me. It was for you to get better grades towards your mathematics. It was also for you to kind of set up an after-school class or maybe a Saturday class where you and your peers who are struggling with mathematics would choose one of the classmates that is good in mathematics to tutor you, and also to just follow up on your mathematics skills in order to improve. And the fact that you now mentioned the Portuguese classes was for you to be able to socialize more and to be more interactive with some of your church congregation members. I'm sure that was the purpose around that. Am I correct?
Yes.
Well, I want to know, because we gave tasks, what were the tasks around that we agreed on, the tasks that we're supposed to do around these goals? What were the tasks that we agreed on based on the mathematics? I think it was for you to go and set up a class.
Yes.
The second one was obviously to better those grades. And then the other one then was the withdrawal issue for you to get in contact with the people and obviously to join this Portuguese class, and was for you as well to have a book, to write a book towards your mother.
Yes.
That was now for you to collect all the memories, any pictures, any material that reminds you of your mother, any mental or psychological images or memories that you might have for your mother. You bring them to the session, and then we can now start over the book, whatever that you've scrambled along the way. Then we can just see how far have you gotten on with that. Could you please tell me how far are you with the task that you were given?
So far, I've collected pictures of my mother. I've write about them.
Do you have them with you in the session?
Yes.
All right. We're going to have a look at them perhaps during the session, if
Yeah.
you don't mind. Okay.
Of course we can.
All right. What else have you done with regards to your after-school class that you're supposed to start?
After school class, I've arranged with my aunt's friend, who is a mathematics teacher, and then we discussed it over the weekend, and then he said sure, because he's like a mathematics teacher. So I thought of that, and I told my cousin, because she's also not so good in mathematics, and then we will arrange with some other friends, and then after the Portuguese classes,
Yes.
we'll arrange the mathematics classes.
Yes. And with regards then, obviously, because when your mother passed away, your schoolwork suffered,
Yes.
your interpersonal skills suffered, and obviously you kind of felt that you want to withdraw and you want to be on your own, and you were feeling pain of losing her physically, of her not being there. Do you think perhaps the task that you've been doing, would it be then able to assist you overcome the pain that you were previously, or maybe still in the process trying to get through it? Do you think that it will be able to help you?
Yes, it will help me because it helps me to reason with myself. And it brings back that memories and that
Yes.
joy.
Yes.
And when I'm in that mode, it takes definitely the pain away, and my mind just focus on the good times, not the bad times. So, yeah.
All right. What small changes have you made so far with regards to your mathematics? Now that you're still trying to set up an afternoon school with one of the people that you have approached, what changes have you done personally on your own so far?
Okay, personally on my own, regards to that, I've set up like 5 minutes each day or each minute,
Yes.
like to just go over my mathematics so that I can have a better understanding of what's going on as I'm going through and as I'm in school and in my mathematics period.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. Okay, then we're working through these goals, and obviously there are tasks attached to them. I just want to know, once you're going through these tasks, these goals, you are trying to approach or trying to overcome them, you're trying to reach and achieve them, what do you think will be different? What do you think will be different towards your life, towards your school grades, towards your interacting skills, towards the feelings that you have about death, and towards the feeling that you have personally on your mother not being physically being with you? What difference will that bring once you have completed this task, once you have reached perhaps your goals?
What difference?
Yes, what difference will it make in your life? What will be different?
Okay, what will be different is that my mother will no longer be there. I have to like face things on my own now, although I have brothers and sisters. But as I'm growing up, they're not going to go along with me.
Yes.
They'll only guide me. But what I always remember that is that my mother always loved me and she teach me to be successful.
Yes.
So in the regards of that, I'll focus more on my schoolwork, make sure that I pass, and definitely strive to success.
Alright, so that will be the different things that you will notice. And what will you be doing differently?
Definitely,
The practical things that you'll be doing.
maybe play sports because in primary school I played baseball, soccer, and basketball. So I think I'll do sports again.
Yes. Alright then. Tanya, I'm very happy to hear that you have tried to at least approach and try to do these goals and these tasks well physically, and the fact that you are now trying to get towards the process of getting better, get towards the process of soothing the pain within yourself, and obviously trying to find yourself in the midst of this whole confusion, because now you've once mentioned that you are confused about life, you don't know where do you stand. I would like us to use a scale. Do you know what is a scaling mean? What scaling means? A scaling of 0 to 10. Scaling means that you are able to tell where are you standing between these numbers, between 0 and 10. I'm not sure if you're comfortable with that, because I'd like you to scale yourself confidently. Where do you stand with yourself currently? Where do you stand with the whole issue? Where will you rate yourself? Would you rate yourself between 0 and 4, 0 and 5, between 0 to 10? Where are you standing in life right now?
I think
with
7.
your task, with your goals?
I think 7 out of 10. Because lately I've been more open with myself.
Yes.
As
yes.
to self-motivation, self-concept.
Yes.
And yeah, I think I've done a great job as to those few sessions that I'm in. The the self-motivation and the courage that I took, I think that is practically what I need. So it's a 7 out of 10. I think I've so far along the line I've understand what is the meaning of my life, what is life for, why must people die, and now I have a better understanding because I'm still young, I must still learn a lot of things. So yeah.
Alright then. So you are scaling yourself between 7, at least 7 to 10.
Yeah.
And what will it take you to move a scale up, on your upper number, perhaps 8 or 9 or 10? What will it take you to get there?
Maybe self-motivation, because for me, when I motivate myself, I don't need people to motivate me for me.
Yes.
I need to be me for me. So, self-motivation, if I set my mind towards things, then I must do it. So, if I set my mind on the wrong things, obviously I will do the wrong things. But if I set my mind on the good things, then I will motivate myself more better. So, yeah.
So that's what it will take, eh?
Yeah.
How long do you think it will take? A month, a week, few weeks, a year? How long will it take for you to move towards that higher number?
I think a month. Yeah.
Okay. So you're being realistic with the time frame.
Yes.
All right then. And who else? If you move to a higher number, who else will notice that there's an increase towards your change, towards your behavior, or towards the way you handle yourself, towards the way you see life, towards the way you see death, towards the way you accept that people have to die at some point? Who will notice?
My aunt, because mostly we talk about death, and then we talk about resurrection. And at meetings we learn that death will be no more, and everyone will be resurrected, and that will be in the new world. So yeah.
So that's basically on your spiritual level. That is
Yes.
what you declare. Well, I'm quite sure that if you do reach, if somehow you do not reach the higher number, which is at least the maximum, 10, do you think that you will be accepting towards that? Do you think you will be accepting of the situation that you didn't excel and you didn't reach 10, but somewhere, somehow, you are somewhere there at 7 or 8? Do you think that you will become to accept that this is how it has ended up, this is where it came to, and kind of take it and just embrace that change that you've done so far?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
All right then. Well, I'm really impressed in your scaling, because 7 is quite a higher number, which means that your progress has to kind of speed up. If it's a month, I'm sure you've been realistic, taking into consideration things that you need to still do besides the one that we've done previously in the session. And right now I'm going to ask you a strange question. You might see it as kind of strange, but this question it's a miracle question. This miracle question, basically, I just want to know, one night you go to sleep and you sleep peacefully, unknowingly, without you knowing, a miracle has happened. The problem that you are experiencing, or the issue or challenges that you are facing in your life currently has gone, they've vanished. Somehow a miracle has happened, they are no longer there. How will you know this? You wake up in the morning and you notice that, listen, I'm a different person. I am no longer feeling this way. I am no longer behaving in this manner. This is who I am now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How will you know? What will be these first signs that you will acknowledge?
Okay. Now, what I've told you about the new world, one morning I wake up and I see my mother in the new world, and my other family members that has passed away.
Yes.
I'll definitely know that this is the time, this is the place, and this is the moment. Because then I will be seeing my mother, I will be seeing my father. I'll I'll be seeing animals as such as lions and cheetahs playing with kids. So definitely that moment I will know.
Yeah.
It's a miracle.
Well, what else will happen? What will happen next in your life after this miracle has taken the place?
In what way?
No, I mean now that the miracle has taken place, and now you have realized, and these are the first signs that you acknowledged it's a new world. You now meet your mother, and this and that and that. What happens next?
We will have everlasting life. I think so. Yeah, definitely. Everlasting life filled with peace, joy, love, and kindness.
All right. Okay. So what you're basically saying, you're saying that if that miracle happens, you will experience within yourself peace. You will experience within yourself joy. You will be more at peace with yourself and the world around you, your surroundings, your environment. You will be more accepting of the situation. Is that what you're trying to say to me?
Yes.
All right. Well, I do understand that the miracle happens and you've noticed it, and you're the first person to notice it. I mean, it happens to you. Who else will notice that a miracle has happened to you?
Definitely my aunt. Yeah.
And who else?
My other family members, such as my sister, my brother. Yeah.
That's good. Well, I would like to know, we are now going to take a break just to allow us to get away from this intense counseling environment that we've been in for the past few minutes. Just for us to reason within ourselves. You will be here in the office. I'll leave you here if you're comfortable. If you want to, you can take a walk towards the reception. I'll quickly go and make coffee for us, and then after we can get together and kind of compose while we are apart. Feedback towards me. You can have a feedback, you can have a question, you can have a comment, or whatsoever that you have, or perhaps a compliment. Definitely I'm going to have a compliment towards you, and just a general feedback of how the session has been. That will kind of give us time to think and just reflect on the whole discussion that we just had. Is that okay with you?
Yes, of course.
All right, before we part, could you please raise up anything that I might have missed within the session? Anything that you would like to raise before we leave for the break?
No, I think we've covered everything.
All right then. See you then in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I think it's 17 minutes. We're standing at 17 minutes. I think we must carry on until it's finished. Then we will just cut that place out.
Okay.
Tanya, I'm just gonna cut it. Well, we back now from the break. We're back now from at least we got away from the intense environment that we're in.
Yes.
I feel refreshed. I feel more rejoiced. And I'm not sure how you feel. Do you want to maybe express how you feel now that you're back again?
I feel free because I've overcome this feeling and I've talked about it and I feel nice.
Were there any strange feelings when we parted?
Yes.
What were those feelings?
Feeling scared, feeling nervous, most of all. Yeah.
And what will it take for you not to feel like that again?
Definitely speaking with somebody. As to that person, encouragement and self-motivation.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right then, Timmy, I've noticed that you have quite positive events that has happened to you. Do you want to note out any positive events maybe that have happened in the past weekend, specifically on the past weekend? Things that you got up to. If there's any positive, if there's any negative, you are feel free to mention them.
This weekend we went out. As you know, I'm a JW, and we go out and do preaching work.
Yes.
Such as do field service. And this weekend we went to go do preaching work. This was on Saturday.
Yes.
And then after preaching work, we took a break, me and my aunt, my niece, and my cousin. And then we came to Paddle. We came to go pick my other aunt up, Auntie Sonia.
Yes.
And then we went to a funeral. And then after the funeral, we had such a nice time together as to seeing each other
Yes.
for a long time, like for 2 weeks. We didn't see each other.
Yes.
And then me and my other cousin we had such a great night. As to which we talking to one another, everybody's just happy. So, yeah. And on Sunday again, we went to meeting. And then after meeting, we done preaching work. And then after preaching work, we went to a Portuguese assembly. Yeah, so I think the weekend was a great weekend, as to which filling my mind with more spiritual things. And that also learns me as to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Because that was in the Watchtower study this weekend. So I think that was kind of nice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, so these events gave you time to also take in on your task that you decided on, which was to be more interactive, to give back to the community, and to learn to love those around you and to love yourself as well. Because once you start appreciating yourself and appreciating those around you, it assists you now to be more in touch with yourself.
Yes.
That is great. Well, I want to compliment you on that. Timia, I want to say this was a great event. And furthermore, with regards, I've tried while we parted ways during the break, I've noticed that you are a very committed child, and you are very obedient. And the fact that you're taking discipline at home well, and the fact that you're respectable, and I believe that you know exactly what you want out of life. You've kept your task, you've kept your goals, you're working along achieving them, you've been committed, you've been punctual into coming for each session. I think that you are capable of doing whatever that you want to do in life. You have the potential, you are intelligent, and beyond everything, I see that you are an achiever, because you've achieved these goals in the past 4 sessions that we've been together, and you've made so much progress. And I just want to say that I'm proud of you, and I want you to acknowledge and do everything that you're supposed to do. Acknowledge that you are a good person. Acknowledge that you are lovable. Acknowledge that your mommy's memories, they will follow you for the rest of your life, knowing that now you are now having a book that you are writing about her. You are collecting memories on her regards, so that you can have a place of belonging. Although that she's not here, but memories will always be with you.
Thank you.
All right, that is a pleasure. Do you have anything that you've composed for me while we were on break?
No.
Nothing. What did you think about? Anything maybe that came across you about the session that we had?
I think the sessions, it was very nice. As to which I got over the past 3 weeks a lot of encouragement and self-motivation.
Yes.
So I think you're a good social worker, and I thank my aunt for her motivation, because she tries her best. So thank you.
All right. Well, I'll take that as a positive regards towards me, and I really appreciate it. And it's because of special people like you that we are placed in places like this to come and make a difference. And that's what we are here, and we are doing it, both me and you. It's a partnership. We are a team. We work together. So don't you ever forget that you have achieved this because of all your efforts, all your abilities, that you were not able to see them before, but now you have acknowledged them. Okay? And that's a compliment towards you from me, and I hope that you accept it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I just want to ask now just few questions. The progress that you've made so far, it's very good enough. And I was thinking maybe if, what do you think still needs to be done for you to really now reach the maximum or your fullest potential in every angle of your life? What do you think still needs to be done?
I think the most important thing that I must do is to focus, to forget about everything and focus. Because then I'll better my school marks, I'll do what is right, as to which, of course, I won't forget about my mother. The pain will still be there, But that will ease the pain, that will make me relax, that will make me feel calm about it, and that will keep me satisfied. So, yeah.
Right. Can I be of any assistance in the next 2 sessions that we are going to be having? Is there any assistance that I can offer you?
Yes, of course.
And what will that be? Just name one or two. It's fine.
Maybe we could do something as to which the gods that I just mentioned. So, what you think is best for me, then we can try it out and work it out.
Do you want to suggest something maybe for the next session that you would like us to stick to, or maybe a pressing thing that you want us to achieve quickly, just to assist your goal achievement?
I think definitely we can do some singing to make me feel better. Yeah.
And what else?
A journal book on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what will that journal be? What will be the function of that journal?
The function.
Yeah. What will it? What purpose will it be to you? The journal.
It will be a purpose of remembering who I am and who am I supposed to be and what to be. So in future, if I want to go back in memory lane, then I can just open that book and scroll through it and just think about that day and that day, all the good time. So I think in future that will help me.
All right, I see. So you kind of want to reflect. It will help you to be more like in a reflective exercise.
Yes.
So when we get together, my assistance of you to you will be at least to create that journal book, and also maybe try to make a song between me and you. Compose a song and then record it, and then you can get to play it back whenever we are no longer together when
Yes.
we terminate the session. Well, anything that you're going to be doing while we are waiting for those small tasks, those small changes towards the achievement of the goal? Any small steps that you'll be taking?
Small steps.
Yes, during the week before we meet again, or maybe before you actually achieve the goals.
Okay, during the week,
Yes.
I'll definitely start dancing because me and my aunt and my other fellow family members, we have decided that for each day, each night, we'll work on the dancing routine for up to 5 to 10 minutes. So definitely I'll be working on the dancing routine because my auntie wants to go on a diet. Yeah.
Alright, so how will that make your life different? What difference will it bring, the dancing lessons or the dancing activity?
I think it will overcome my odds. Yeah.
Alright, so specifically this is for you to assist your aunt and to be of assistance to her.
Yes.
Alright, so is it going to help you achieve your goal as well, somehow?
Yes, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Alright then. Well, Tammy, I hope that you work on that dancing routine, and then when we get together, perhaps you can teach me some small moves, hey? And we can dance around, but before then, I would like you to stick to your task. I see that you've got pretty good ideas of how to get around and get towards your goal. I want you to stick towards them, keep on doing them, practice and practically get your journal, practice, keep on drafting down your thoughts, your feelings, your daily activities, your outstanding moment, your significant events that you are experiencing during the week, during the weekend, and just draft them down whenever you have time. Okay, and whenever you can, try and do some of the tasks. Collect memories as much as you can for your mom, and better your grades, and try to to get through the feeling of the loss as much as you can. Do you think that would be of any help towards you?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much. I enjoyed my session with you today. It was great, very much uplifting. I love the compliments that you gave me. I very much appreciate them, and I welcome them with warm hands. Anything you want to add?
No.
Nothing else. Alright then. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Now where do you say?
gaan in 'n video inplaas. Maar die video sal nie vir haar wys nie. As hulle dat stem opneem en niemand sal ook weet dat dit sy is wat in die video praat nie. Okay. Asseblief mevrou.